Jojo Siwa was featured in a movie that was released in 2024. Why the hell I haven't heard about it, man? And the thing is, that was a horror movie. Now, me pronouncing myself as a pure hater of Jojo Siwa. Disclaimer, it doesn't mean I hate her, I'm just saying about her content, okay? I thought, why not just head myself onto this movie so you don't have to waste your 2 hours? Now, at least I deserve a subscribe button for risking my mental health watching this movie. Before anything, I really wanted to talk about this song she released, Karma. I would say I think watching this is karma for me. I mean, I just called Ice Spice a cringest of all in our last video, but nah, this girl deserved to be at the top spot of it. So Karma was released in April 2024, and the internet definitely was not happy about it. They literally found a fault in the song, the moves, basically everything. She looks like a villain from a low-budget Disney movie. We need a whole podcast series apology for this one, and perhaps a new instrument. Bro got them Hotel Transylvania type moves. Golly Jesus. Hotel Transylvania moves. Bro, this comment's literally got me rolling. And this comment literally got over 1.2k likes. Anyway, so Jojo Siwa still continued promoting her music every little opportunity she had. Like, bro, it just got tiring. Like, we get you want to promote the song, but it's getting annoying. Just give us a damn break. And of course, a lot of people had the same thoughts and they were not having it. Jojo, have you learned nothing? I can't anymore. Like, it just felt as if she was following us around. Oh yes, and another controversial moment for Jojo Siwa was when she was performing in Los Angeles Pride and Park, and Babe literally started drinking and touching herself inappropriately in front of kids. Like bro kids. And trust the internet for coming at her. Literally, this would be totally okay if she made it 18 plus. She also sung Boomerang, which is her song from when she was like 12. Why did her hands go under the clothes? Honestly, this is a very inappropriate thing to do in front of kids. Like, who does that? Well, talking about inappropriate things, Jojo Siwa was called out for defending Colleen Ballinger for alleged inappropriate behavior with minors.
I think the work that Colleen has done for the internet is incredible. I think her creativity is incredible. Miranda Sings is a character, is a comedian, and I think that it's very hard to be a character where people are also looking at you as you're a real human behind that character. And I think being a comedian is very hard because you were able to do things years ago that were okay, and now that we've grown and we've matured, we've realized that they're not okay. You know what I mean?
Is she running defense for Colleen? Not shocked. Of course, Colleen needs another child to dig her out. I'm going to need people to start being more specific when they say, it's lies. Where's the lie? Who is lying? Point it out specifically and be clear. Well, we can't deny Jojo Siwa has definitely had her own share of social media drama, but now we're going to talk about the horror movie she starred in called All My Friends Are Dead, AMFAD. All My Friends Are Dead is a horror movie which was released on August 2nd, 2024. The movie started in Jojo Siwa as one of the roles.
And guess what? I'm going to Karma Palooza, baby! Shut the fuck up!
Although there were some fans were already anticipating the horror movie,
Ew, this is some awesome horror movie news, and I know I'm going to get a lot of eye rolling, but Jojo Siwa is going to be in a horror movie, and I'm sorry, but besides horror movies, Dance Moms, it's one of my comfort shows that I play in the background along with The Office. This movie's supposed to be about a group of friends that rent an Airbnb and go to this like big music festival, and it sounds like it's a slasher, and they're all going to get offed in different ways according to the 7 deadly sins. So I guess it's kind of like Jojo Siwa meets 7.
I was wondering why I just came across it. Anyway, so I watched the movie All My Friends Are Dead the other day, and I've got some thoughts. Like, you know that feeling when you're not sure what you're getting into, but you're still curious enough to dive in anyway? Well, that was me. So the movie begins with different clips of Jojo Siwa smiling, hugging her friend, well, basically doing different things, and she gets shot. Although honestly, I was genuinely confused about what was going on, like it was just cringe. Anyway, moving on. So, the movie skips ahead 2 years, and we are catching up with Jojo Siwa's group of friends, and they have obviously moved on and they decided to hit a party. And on their way, they were all hyped up and heading to this party, but suddenly their tires gave out while they were standing there trying to figure out what to do next, probably debating whether to call for help out of nowhere. This female cop rolls up. Although some of them had illegal substances on them, the cop didn't really mind and even offered to help them. The cop decided to kindly extend an offer to take them to a nearby location where they could find a safe and comfortable place to rest for the night. The cop later drops them off and, well, fast forward to the evening, you can see them all getting hyped up. And one of them lives the group and go outside but get electrocuted. Honestly, at that point, I started getting interested. Like, it got very intense and everyone in the friend group were getting killed by some mysterious person. But they kept using Jojo Siwa's face as a means to scare. Although I was wondering why. As the movie went on, I realized they were accused of killing Jojo Siwa, which made it even more interesting. They also used an LED of Jojo Siwa's face attacking her friends. Like, bro, this was crazy. At the end of the day, you realize that the cop who brought them earlier was the actual killer. Bro, this movie is insane. Although I didn't realize why she did, but it was to avenge Jojo Siwa. From the explanation of the movie, you see Jojo Siwa was bullied by her friends. Like, the plot twist in this movie was crazy. We need to give a round of applause to both the producer and the writer. As the movie keeps going, we realize that one of the friend also turned out to be one of the bad guy with the cop bro was horrific to watch. Well, the movie basically ended with her explaining why she was doing all this. And guess the biggest twist is that she actually killed Jojo Siwa in the movie. So why are you gaslighting yourself and killing innocent people who had nothing to do with this? Anyways, the movie didn't really do well on its own. It only got 2.5 likes on Rotten Tomatoes, although I was wondering why it didn't get any attention online. Especially for a movie Jojo Siwa starred in. So I went to check the date of release and when she promoted the movie. I went on TikTok, Instagram, and X, but I found nothing. Well, I guess she didn't promote the movie, which is probably why the movie didn't get enough attention, but why? Well, personally, if I were the producer, I'd be furious. Like, imagine investing all that time and money and then your lead doesn't even give it a shout out? Yeah, I'd be livid. Anyways, there were a few people on the internet that talked about the movie All My Friends Are Dead.
Today's movie is #AMFAD, All My Friends Are Dead, which came out August 2nd on Video On Demand. I rented it on Prime Video. All My Friends Are Dead is about a group of friends who rent an Airbnb for this music festival weekend, but then they find themselves up against this attacker who starts unaliving them based on the 7 deadly sins. This movie is very much like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies mixed with a very Gen Z 7 and a little bit of Saw. Now, is it in the same tier as the movies that it pulls inspo from? No, but honestly, it's really entertaining. You do have to get through the oversaturated, cheesy depiction of social media, young adult users, and very unconvincing CGI blood, but I did forgive that because the kill scenes are so fun, and when we do get to the practical effects, they were really well done. Also, there's this specific set design that depicts the 7 deadly sins, and I'm gonna be honest, that went pretty hard, so whoever curated that did a good job. Once we get to the ending though, it goes like batshit insane, and there are like a million twists and turns to the story, which is like slightly comical, but also really entertaining. Overall, I gave All My Friends Are Dead a 5.5, maybe even a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I think we have the same opinion on that they were obviously some cringe moments, but I ignored it due to the plot twist. Well, here's another creator, and these were his thoughts.
I just finished watching #AmFad, aka All My Friends Are Dead, and the reason this movie, caught my attention was because it's directed by Marcus Dunstan, who is mostly known for his Saw movies, but I know him, much more respectedly for doing The Collector and its sequel, The Collection, and hopefully soon enough, The Collected. And this movie, starting off the bat, is one of the most outrageous examples of stunt casting. I mean, Jojo Siwa is, she's all over the posters. If you can see here, she's, second billing over there. She's barely in the movie. She was clearly added in post-production. I mean, there is literally scenes where, every scene of her, it's just like either a close-up of her face where they shot her in a room that looks similar to the room where the characters are.
Honestly, the movie was not really bad, even though the beginning was hard to watch, because that's usually the hook of the movie. Regardless, it's a horror movie I can watch again, even though it was not as scary as it is supposed to be, but the plot twist was definitely one of my favorite parts of the movie. I will give the movie a solid 6.5 out of 10. I felt they could do better, especially in the blood scenes, which were obviously fake. Regardless, it was a good movie. What do you think about the movie? Is it something you would like to watch or pass? And if you've watched it, what was your favorite part of the movie and also the worst part? Anyways, I'll live to know your thoughts about it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.